Coming up on Mountain News this morning, farmers are slowly starting to achieve a normal level of produce nearly 1 year after the flood. And one house from the 1800s is up for sale in Bowling Green, and what the owners did to keep it original.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 o'clock on July 10th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Now, aside from the heavy fog this morning, Brandon, it looks like we have a pretty nice day ahead.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. It's a little bit cooler than expected out there this morning. The clouds have left us, and we're already into the 50s in some locations this morning. Let's take a look, and we see again the clouds have moved out. They said, see you later, and the temperatures are still going down. There's a live look at the London Corbett Airport. Sun on the way up, beautiful day on the way. It's going to be fantastic out there. Their sensor is out this morning. That's why you didn't see the information pop, because there was no information to pop up out there. Not sure what's going on with it. But look to the north. Irvin down to 58, 59, Moorhead, Ashland. The warmest spot in the region is Monticello, but we've got Harlan right behind them at 67 and 66 respectively. Their temperatures continue to fall across the region. So your breakdown today, we're going to make it to about 83 later this afternoon. It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous day. Get out there and enjoy it. No rain chances, all kinds of sunshine. It's going to be fairly pleasant out there today. So if you need to do anything outside, do it today. Now, later this week, we've got some rain chances on the way back. We'll talk more about those coming up here in just a little bit. Olivia?
All right, Brandon, thank you. We are approaching the 1-year anniversary of the July flood later this month, and road work is still being completed. Highway 451 in Perry County was hit especially hard by the floods. Public Information Officer for the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, H.B. Elkins, says repairs are almost finished on the last big project on the heavily traveled road.
One road that was damaged in the flooding last year that's still closed. Kentucky 451 between Cole Harbor and where Couchtown Road meets it. There was a rather large drainage structure got washed out.
Repairs to this portion of the road should be completed within the next month. Elkins also encourages drivers to check the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Facebook page for updates on this and any other project. Many farmers in eastern Kentucky are also still recovering from last year's flood. Farmers lost most or all of their crops as a result of the flooding. Now, after almost 1 year, Jennifer Weber with Community Farm Alliance says markets are starting to see a steady increase of produce again.
A lot of farms are back in operation. They may not have all of their infrastructure back yet, but they're raising crops. They're raising their cattle, their sheep, their goats, whatever the case may be.
Weber also gave credit to the resiliency of farmers in the area for a big reason production continues to increase. The State Little League Championships took place this weekend in Richmond. Just a little more than 1 week ago, severe storms devastated the city, leaving Lake Reba Park riddled with damage. After spending last week repairing the property, the park welcomed 23 teams from across the state, showing players what it means to be Kentucky strong.
We've got to support those things that help to make our children and our young people better, to give them a framework in which they can learn, and then to have surrounding them parents and other adults, which I understand is the key to the successful growth of our children, having loving and caring adults. This is a prime example.
The event welcomed players with ages ranging from 6 to 8 years old as they compete with their teams to win the coveted spot of Kentucky Little League state champs. The games continue tonight. The third annual Quilt Shop Hop kicked off Friday in Pikeville but carried over into the weekend. The event celebrated the love of quilting in eastern Kentucky by inviting folks out to 6 quilt shops across the region for deals, raffles, and much more. So in Love in Prestonsburg was one of those 6 shops participating, and owner Jan Joseph says she has even seen folks from out of the state stop by.
This is a way to get our name out there, and We have had people from Ohio and West Virginia, and I don't know that I've had any yet from Tennessee this year, but we have had in the past.
Joseph added that she and all the folks at her shop love this time of year and enjoy meeting everyone who comes in. The quilt shop hop took a break yesterday, but is back in full force today through Friday. The oldest house in Bowling Green is up for sale. Chad Smith and Brandon Miller have spent years trying to preserve the storied history of the home. Both men say they estimate 80% of the house is still the same as when it was built in 1843, and it was renovated in the 20s and 30s, from the curtains to the carpets.
As we preserve things as well as we can, we want to remember too that the houses have to be lived in. So if something gets damaged, you can repair it, but don't let it stop you from enjoying the house.
The home, which is on State Street, is listed for just under $1 million. You can find a link to the listing on our website, WYMT.com. The post-4th of July numbers are in, and firework vendors say their sales skyrocketed this year. After the pandemic in 2020 and 2021, as well as flooding and other events in 2022, fireworks sales were down. But Sean Cottle of Jerry Pelfrey Fireworks says 2023 has been one of the best years yet.
Through COVID and some weather incidents, we had some struggles the last couple years, but everyone came out this season and, basically come to our rescue and made it the best season we'd ever had, and just want to say thanks again.
Cottle added that he would also like to thank the employees as well as new and returning customers for making this season a great one. An American Idol winner is set to perform at the Bell County Fair. Noah Thompson is scheduled to hit the stage on Friday, July 14th. Colin Stowe is also set to perform. Stowe was the finalist on American Idol season 21. Officials say the gates will open at 5 p.m., but the concert is scheduled to start at 7. Tickets are $15 and are only available at the gate. You can find more information on our website. A Kentucky couple's engagement has nearly 8 million views on TikTok. It happened as one of the world's biggest stars performed just yards away. Samantha Valentino has the story of that now viral moment.
It's a moment Anna Stone has seen countless times on TikTok. Taylor Swift fans being proposed to as the singer performs her song Love Story.
I always would hope that would happen to me, but I didn't think it ever would.
Anna is a longtime Swiftie. She and her boyfriend Tyler Brown went to see Swift in Cincinnati.
It was amazing because it was already going to be the best night of my life. I had no idea that it would be actually the best night of my life.
As Anna was focused on Taylor, Tyler stood next to her, nervously waiting for the 9th song on the set list to begin.
I guess it was song number 8, Lord Have Mercy. The butterflies were coming, my hands were sweaty, stomach was in a mess. I didn't know if I was wanting to cry or throw up. I couldn't look at her.
Tyler had spent weeks memorizing lyrics on his way to work. He asked the strangers around him at the concert to capture the moment for him and Anna.
And I'm just watching Taylor, and I kept trying to sing to him. He didn't look at me because he was too nervous, and I didn't understand why.
Then it all made sense.
That's when I just freaked out, started crying.
And she said yes.
I got this one right. I nailed it.
Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
The couple says they're planning to elope, but will figure out a way to incorporate the song Love Story somehow. Former West Virginia University basketball coach Bob Huggins wants his job back. Huggins' lawyer wrote a letter to the university on Friday claiming Huggins never signed a resignation letter and never communicated a resignation to anyone at WVU. The letter threatens a lawsuit if he isn't reinstated. Huggins was charged with a DUI in Pittsburgh on June 16th. The university announced his resignation 1 day later. His lawyer says the announcement was, quote, based on a text message from his wife to the deputy athletic director. WVU says they are, quote, confused by allegations made in the letter.
6:10 here on this Monday morning. We are looking at the western counties there, seeing a little bit of fog and a little bit of clearing skies. All depends on where you're at. Lake Cumberland starting off this morning in Pulaski County. Not seeing a whole lot of anything this morning. We're seeing some sunshine trying to develop down that way. If we can take a look at that camera, and you'll see again, we're continuing to see, again, not too bad of a condition out there. Maybe some fog in the distance there in Pulaski County. Temperatures slowly falling out there. 58 Irvin, 59 Moorhead, 59 in Ashland. Low to mid 60s out there across the rest of the region this morning. Looks like 61 Hazard, Wise, and Clintwood. 67 Monticello, 66 Harlan. Headlines: sunny skies thanks to high pressure for the next couple of days, actually the next 3 days. Starting Wednesday night, the rain chances return, and it could be soggy at times. More details on that coming up in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Thank you, Brandon, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, a missing California teen is found on a Marine base 3 weeks later.